Team then. Hasn't been long, but I hope everyone's weekend went fantastically. Everyone's here and alive, and different levels of excitement across faces. So, I'm thrilled, excited, and ready to go. Because at least somebody has to be. So, kick off the session with a little recap. After what is starting to be coined the Laverne death scene, Hawkes intervened, pulling Laverne's soul out of Bryn, implanting it back into her body before going unconscious. Vernon saving Nori's head from decapitation as the hammer went flying. You all sequestered yourselves then towards the academy. Explosion at the academy, ripping the actual gate of the academy wide open and sending a lot of people who are already heavily injured to their death. Luckily, the Shamazas were okay. Kaporin was thrown from the sky, and while he was starting to recover from this, he noticed the red-horned, black-haired tiefling of what he has come to know as his father, walking amongst the people and down the street, saying, "Welcome to his coming out party." Nori and Richa witness of this as well before Barnabas disappeared into the crowd. Kaporin yelling a vague, lightly veiled threat towards him and immediately going unconscious. Their group getting to Kaporin, waking him up, him telling that Barnabas is out, them moving towards the triage encampment that has been set up in the X intersection. Richa going to a perch, if you will, to oversee and try and follow Barnabas, though we could not see him any further. Seeing the battle to the north, and as the group relegated themselves a little bit southward to an open, empty home to get some recuperation, Richa witnessed one of the Asimars take over for one of the guys in the sky who were currently in a battle, and the Asimar fall to his adversary. Going over to the body just to see those four-legged black creatures tearing away at the Asimar body. Richa then went back to the group, and you all rested. The next day brought about a bit of semi-indecisiveness, yet trying to find out more information. Two of you guys going down to where Mazoga in the nursery was, though not able to find her there. Nori spending some time with the plants while Richa tried offering his bow, having his bow connect with people, before he eventually just hung out with Charlie. Later, Richa ended up using the Richa bicycle delivery service to help facilitate quick and efficient means of transporting certain medical and other items to and fro between the two refugee camps set out on either ends of Solbrun, or the remains of Solbrun. As far as everybody else goes, Polly had some discussions with certain family members before taking, I believe it was Bryn and Nori out for a communing session.
And my mom.
And Annabelle, yes. During this time, Kaporin had gone northward with Nori prior. Nori communed with nature. Kaporin sent to his mom to find out that his brother had been stolen. But later on in the day, Polly went with Nori and Bryn and Annabelle northward to commune, talked to Illinade for a little bit, got some answers, finding out through Annabelle's question that multiple cities, multiple different locations had gotten attacked all at the same time. So, as far as the Asimar population or others, they're a little bit spread thin, as some of the other gels that had been broken into or out of housed multiple high-level threat individuals. So more resources were relegated in those areas. Beyond the other questions that were asked and the answers that you had garnered, you guys eventually made your way back because Annabelle needed to get back to Vernon, who is still unconscious, by the way. Amric and Bryn did a little bit of trading, as Amric did get his full plate mail and needed to break it in a little bit. Bryn was more than happy to oblige. She needs to hit things. And Kuporin ended up working on one of his dolls, getting one successfully. No, you failed. You failed hard on one. Making a little bit of progress.
I got one that...
Yeah, you got progress on one, and then you lost material for another. Other than that, it was pretty much... You guys are in this sort of limbo of not sure what to do. Sort of get the feeling that you guys are kind of waiting for a governing body to kind of be like, oh, this is the next plan for the city. Then you guys go, okay, cool. Now that that's taken care of, we can go do our own thing. But that hasn't happened yet. And the timeline for that is unsure of the moment. But you guys ended up bedding down, I believe, for a long rest, and we would be waking up on a new morning.
Did you mention that Bryn talked to Hawkus about Nert?
Well, there was a bunch of internal conversations. I mean, Bryn talked to Hawkus, and Nori talked to Hawkus. To bring up every conversation would be a lot. So, people talked, things got founded out. But that's when we resume. You guys are waking up on the second day after everything happened that one night. The morning is yours. Like I said, that one family that had been sort of residing in your guys' home the day prior is no longer there, so you guys have the house to yourselves. Well, and the Schlemazel family.
Alright, first thing, I'm assuming there's going to be like more soup lines and stuff. Amric will go out and get breakfast for pretty much everybody.
I'll go help.
The soup and bread lines that were there the day prior have not dissipated, but the quality of food has increased. So we're not... Now that resources have been gathered from the different debris sites with the Asimar's help and the other survivors of the city, a more substantial breakfast has been created for everybody. So you're looking at heartier meals, but don't expect restaurant-style stuff. Though some restaurants did survive, it's mainly their stores that have been pilfered to help create for the city.
I'll look over at Amric and it's funny how we used to skip breakfast or take it with us, and now it's the first thing we do in the morning. Every morning you skip breakfast for everyone.
Yeah, I miss the old days.
I miss ale with breakfast.
Wish I still had some pocket bacon.
That would be so good right now.
To be fair for Amric, it's mug bacon.
Mug bacon. Amric will, he won't do it to anyone else's breakfast, but he'll definitely put his in a mug for old time's sake.
Easy enough to do.
Porridge in a mug.
But there's a bit more order to
Amric?
everything today. The lines and getting people things that they may need. It's a lot more orderly. As the portions of the military, and it looks like some guard from neighboring towns who hadn't been hit are starting to help reinforce the city and start to run things again.
Only Amric and Polly left for breakfast?
They went to go get food for everybody. So eventually they come back with different styles of food for everyone. Basically, think deconstructed rations and porridge.
I'm just eating that and going. We keep asking what is our plan, and no one has an answer.
Definitely have something I need to take care of, but more of a group decision.
What did you say? You cut out for most of that.
Oh, I did. I'm sorry. I said it's more. I do have something to take care of, but it's more of a group decision.
I think we all have things to do. It's just group decision is like what to do first and in what order.
Did you have any information from your commune yesterday?
Sadly, yes. Um, uh, so the reason Illinade and the rest aren't here is because this wasn't the only place that got hit. 16 other places got hit. 2 of them capital cities. So somebody planned this for a long time and knew exactly what they were doing.
Did ya?
He didn't say anything about that.
If this wasn't the only city that got hit, Polly or Kaporin, would you mind sending to my family and making sure they're okay?
Absolutely, yeah. I'll probably have to go outside the city, so I'll definitely do that after breakfast. But yeah, sure, I'll call your dad.
If they're okay, we can definitely put off visiting them for a while. My family is definitely lowest priority, assuming nothing happened where they are.
I think that the districts that got capital city hit were 4 and 8.
I think he said it was 5.
And 5?
It was instead of not 4. I think it was 5.
Okay. And did he list the towns that got hit as well, Val?
No, it'd be too many names to list in a commune.
Yeah, so 5 and 8. So they were in District 3, you said last time, moving between 3 and 4, correct?
Yeah, their last known was the capital of District 3.
So yeah, I'll definitely try to get a hold of him, but I wouldn't worry too much.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of just have a feeling that they're fine, but I'd like to make sure. But on that note, considering how things are heating up, I definitely don't mind waiting to visit my family. We have a lot going on now.
Our original plan involved heading up to Lingby. The cold season's approaching. Then we were going to go to Emmeric's tribe, then Perrin's family.
Yeah, we're still on track to do that. If we can. I just don't want to leave till my dad wakes up, but if I have to, we will. We can still make it up there and make it back before it gets too cold.
All right.
What for?
I thought we were going to visit Bryn's tribe.
I think they'd be interested in speaking with you, Cha.
I mean, it's an option. Sort of gestures outwards and like more pressing matters. Bryn needs something?
There's a couple of things I'd like to check in on up there. But it can wait.
Done that a lot with you two, it can wait.
I think we just realize there's more important matters to deal with before that.
I mean, I can message somebody up there. I know of a couple of people. I don't know if they'd answer me or be happy about it, but better that than not knowing.
Parents' father. Northward.
Northwood was more of the quickest way out of the city rather than I'm heading north. There were no tracks outside of... It was like they disappeared.
Somebody that powerful, I doubt they walked anywhere.
He does seem to have this uncanny disappearing act he does.
So bullet point 2, get a hold of somebody up there to see if anything's happened. Or is happening. Good idea, Berchaw.
Bryn, you know that if their warding is currently up, he's going to have a hard time reaching anybody with ascending.
Right, then I would probably just let them know that. It's mostly like we just have to go up there.
Yeah,
Or
the only
I'd have
time
to
you
send a letter.
Yeah, the only time you would catch someone is if they left the city. They were outside during the time. So, technically, you could probably get a hold of one person. But even then, it's hit or miss.
Yeah, I was thinking the leader of that patrol that we ran into the very first time, or the shield guidess, because she was out on patrol as well.
Yeah, like I said, it would still be a hit or miss.
Yeah, but I'd still try.
Out of character, though, not hitting could just as easily give us the information we're really kind of looking for.
Yeah, like the connection wise, or the blockage of, yeah.
Warren has settled down on the idea that Rashi is possibly dead. So
Solely because he decided not to message her when he was outside the city.
just because of his failed attempt, and it just felt really weird that he's just has settled on that she might be dead.
So, did we ever determine what happened to the magic here? Is it just from the sheer amount of essentially disruptions that occurred here?
I can make you fly for an hour, and he points up into the air.
That Asimar and the wizard may be blocking the particular magic, or it could be a after effect of Barnabas' escape. I don't think they would. A communication barrier might be a good thing for their escape, on the sense that they don't want the other towns talking to each other. One times foreign sounds decently smart.
I see where you're going with that, and it is a good idea. I mean, but we can go outside of the city and it works just fine.
Why don't we head outside the city and retry these spells? Because something's weird.
I mean, yeah, my sending and my commune didn't work inside the city, but they work just fine outside. So,
Well, your little smile, I hate it.
Those look like you hit or miss on an idea, and you're just all like, you look for confirmation, and he just looks at us and he's just like,
I'll just be listening to the conversation. Every so often, I'll look up in the corners, just like, how dare you? Continue, I
Like that's,
interrupted.
well, that's his job.
So we've got that. Any other ideas as to what's next on the agenda?
If Tim did get kidnapped, I definitely be trying to stay in touch with my mom daily, see if anything else develops. But kidnapping can be a time-sensitive idea or thing. Knows what they might want in exchange for him, or if he was taken for other reasons.
Because that is a very specific take.
Shaw just nods, taken for other reasons.
What do you think, Raja?
No.
Well, unless we can use magic to travel down there, by the time we get there, the trail will be dead cold. So
We're not saying we're not going to try, Warren. We're just saying that it's going to take some time to try to deal with it. We definitely want to help. We really do. Unfortunately, we don't have a way to get there as quickly as we want to.
Well, with my sendings and with my mom's communication, I'll try to piece together whatever information I can while we're traveling. I would suggest asking Hawkins if he has any way of traveling quickly up and down Cydia. And Ixia.
He's gonna be busy. There's not, and he does travel across, and he goes like a normal person.
Yes, but he travels with goods, not by himself. And if you want to ask him, Caporn, he's sitting right over there.
Yeah, I'm sitting right here. So weird being talked about when I'm just like right here. Like I literally
Sorry, Hawkins.
waved at you in the middle of that sentence.
Sorry, Hawkins. I get a little tunnel vision when I'm thinking out loud.
Do you usually tunnel vision and stare at the person you're talking about? Is that a...
It sounds about right.
You might want to work on that one.
With what I've been through, I'm not surprised that. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I'll pretend like I hear sincerity in your voice.
But in all sincerity, do you have a way to travel quickly?
Just me. Can't take anyone else.
Okay.
I mean, I could give Pawn a call. I'm scared to find out what his suggestion would be.
The goblin from the wedding?
Oh, he did show up. I forgot.
Yeah, he was funny.
Yes. He has a few ways of getting around, but I'm scared of where he'll drop us off if we ask him for his help.
He had some great drugs.
I mean, could it be any worse than what we're already, like, dealing with?
well, I'm not too fond of the idea of another jaunt through the dream realm.
He's
Well,
definitely
one
not
of
talking
them
about
goes to
home.
the Avivian Pains.
Well,
You are right.
he puts his circles in exciting places.
The birds were attacking.
What did you just say, Val?
It just sounded like all of a sudden like a shit ton of birds were attacking. Racha has gone into rage mode.
Is it on my?
I didn't know
Is it
who.
on mine?
I don't know whose end it was. I was just like started to go over to my music, like, what the fuck just happened?
They descend from above.
Or if it's actual Kenku, they come from below. They take you out of the
This
knees.
is horrible.
So another day of indecisiveness. I mean, we got to decide what we're going to do. We can't be here for forever. Talking isn't going to make it happen.
Well, when we get out of town, and we do our sendings and whatnot, I'll send to my mom, and I'll see if Pawn may have some way
Maybe
to assist.
try Rashi again and don't automatically assume she's dead.
I guess. From what Polly was saying, it sounded like she was dead.
Well, then your mother would have been dead too, wouldn't she? But you said you talked to her.
It was two different feelings when I was trying to contact Rashi versus my mother. Rashi's just seemed more disconnected.
Permanent.
And like no one was permanently. No one was there to receive it anywhere. While my mother's just seemed to be blocked.
I mean, you know the other two people that Rashi was with. You could always contact them. Or try to contact them.
Yeah, Cousin Balar.
Or her mom.
Yeah, Ame. I can definitely try to contact one of those if you want me to try. I was going to contact Balar anyway for Hawkus, just to make sure that he was safe.
Is there something in particular you wanted to ask them, Marcus?
Yes?
I didn't want to put everyone into a more sour mood, but Balor's gone.
What? They were just on their honeymoon like 3 months ago.
Not sure what it is, but he reaches up on his right hand and spins a ring, and it's got this blue stone in it. And you guys have probably seen it before in passing. And it was a nice, bright, vibrant stone, but now it's dull and dark. And he taps it. I've got one, and Balor had one for me. So that way, even though we didn't talk much, I always know we're at least okay.
When did that happen?
Well, it's more of when I finally noticed it, which was yesterday.
But you're saying it's true, and well, I don't doubt it. And there's a possibility that the whole party of them.
Yeah, but Rashi's a big girl. She can take care of herself. We'll see. Don't lose hope yet.
Try
Ame.
again.
That's what I'm hoping too, Racha. I'm hoping that Ame's okay as well.
It's an option.
Okay, out of game, who was aware that Ame had the curse put on by Barnabas? Was it only Brennan? Not Bryn. Oh yeah, Bryn and Racha.
I think Rashi knew as well.
That was the reason why Arashi left her adventuring.
Yeah.
So technically, all of us knew. Rashi's told us she was looking for him to get rid of it.
Okay. Only Rashi. Well, I mean, technically, you all would know then, in time, that it got lifted. Hence the marriage.
Yeah, technically, Bryn and I are the only ones that actually know how. Technically,
Yeah, what went down?
Okay.
Now that you guys look back on it,
Rules
a lot of things make a lot more sense knowing that that was Valek underneath Barnabas' skin.
kinda. It raises questions too.
Yeah, like, was it actually lifted?
So, Valak has seen Kaporin completely naked.
Gaporin, by now, you say that as if that's a hard thing to do. Spend any 48-hour amount of time with Gaporin and you're probably gonna see it.
48 hours?
You know, in case he's
That's when it
unconscious
becomes
for
a-
the majority of it.
Yeah, that's when it becomes a certainty.
Less if there's alcohol involved.
No, actually. It's still about a 50-50. Kapoor doesn't own a bathing suit,
Anyway.
so whenever he might go swimming, it's just skinny dipping.
He's very confident in his body.
Well, he just doesn't see the point of having a specific clothes just for swimming. That means more laundry. You might as well just naturally dry.
Very true. After we finish breakfast, I guess we can head out and do those sendings. I'll still try to contact Rashi just in case. But thank you for letting us know about Balar. I apologize for your loss.
He just kind of is rotating the ring a little bit. Doesn't say anything.
Anything else anyone wanted to bring up right now?
Yeah,
I was
later
about
on-
to. Sorry, go for it.
Oh, I was just gonna say later on. I want to check Mizoga's house and see if she's there, if she's okay, if it's still there at all. But that's later.
What's up?
I was just gonna say. I'd say I was about to ship myself, but I'm already there.
Wiser words were never spoken.
I'm trying
So
to
shall we
remember who
go?
said that line.
What'd you
Yes,
say, Polly?
I just said, shall we go?
Just give him the tip.
Sounds good. All right.
Also, that was technically Balar's voice, so I feel really bad about it using his voice in front of Hawkus now.
Pocket just swings the hammer towards you.
Anyway, so who's all going? Yeah, Polly,
Orion and Polly.
Amric.
I think Bryn's gonna stay behind and help with finding remains and finding things, whatever needs to be found.
Okay,
Or
just assisting
moved.
people in the city.
Yep.
Roger that. Nori will probably tag along.
Which I will follow the cinders.
The boys going to cause chaos.
I'll take Bill with us too.
Chaos crew. Let chaos reign. Okay.
The boys just need to keep your handshake now.
The handshake is just kicking each other in the nuts. Because chaos. Alright, so going northward of the town to the relegated commune / sending location. Who's first?
Is there any way that we can go a little bit farther out? Just, because Bill was grazing here yesterday. There's not a lot of grass left and stuff. Blah, 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 farther away from the city, blah, blah, blah.
And you guys go another 10 minutes.
Emmerich is keeping watch.
Okay, perception check.
Chaw's pretty much there too for that.
Alright, perception check as well.
Aaron, do you want to go first?
I see everything.
Charles sees almost half of everything. I guess Capon would go first.
Okay.
First, he would attempt. First attempt, Rashi. Again,
Nothing.
nothing. Notify the group. Let them know that. Again, no connection. Second. Yeah, we have to do two. And again, he'll check it with his mom. Hi, Mom. Any update on the situation? Any clues or anything? I'm trying to piece together what happened.
A little bit longer than normal until a response. Just Capone. No, nothing new. Just waiting for something.
Do their attending, of course. All right, Mom. I'm gonna try to get down there as fast as I can. If anything new pops up, let me know. I'll call you daily.
Okay. She just sounds tired. Sounds like she probably has not gone to sleep since everything happened.
And Kaporn would look over the rest of the group. Again, I couldn't reach Rashi. Just nothing there. My mom's all right, but she sounds very tired, which to be expected.
I am sorry
Ollie,
to hear
if
that.
you- I'll have to figure out something. Maybe Nori can scry on my mom and we can take a look at what's going on there. But for the time being, we'll hopefully some clue will pop up and we can piece together this puzzle. But go ahead, Ollie. You can try to message Amric's family.
Amric, what was your dad's name?
Agthak.
John.
I will send it. What?
His name's John.
Hey,
John Smith.
I wouldn't have to
Yes.
try to pronounce it.
That's his Ixian name.
Okay. I will send. Agthak, it's Polly calling for Amric. Just making sure you're safe. I know that things are a little crazy around Ixia. Let me know how you are.
I swear, it sounds like he's right around me. Did you not hear that? Is he on the roof, maybe? This is weird.
And he's fine.
He still has 7 words.
Fuck, fuckity, fuck, 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 fuck.
Yeah, Emmerich, he sounds like he's fine. He says he's okay. Everybody's safe.
In reality, the whole house is burned down.
He's the only person alive in the entire city.
He didn't sound panicked, and that's all I'm asking for.
He did talk to somebody else at least.
What were Polly's facial expressions like while he was receiving the message?
I was concentrating.
Concentrating and understanding. Like,
Yeah, I'm not trying to... I mean, come on. The last thing I want to do is panic somebody else.
Thank you for using the spell, Polly. I really appreciate it.
For sure. It's not hard to do, and I'm glad that I could do it. And I will go ahead and attempt to contact the patrol Valkyrie. The one that was in
Okay.
charge of the patrol party the first time we went up there.
yeah.
Hello. You probably remember me. Calling from Ixia. Just making sure everything is okay up there. Please let me know.
You get that busy dial tone. Same kind of one you
And
give
just-
with Otis.
Okay, I'm fine with that. And just because Comportan didn't, I will send to Ame. Hey, haven't heard from you in a while. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're safe. Sorry about Balar. I really liked him.
You send it out, and it doesn't seem to find anybody.
Just gonna laugh if he got something back that was like, "What's wrong with Balar?"
I'm sitting right next to him. It's a doppelganger. Run!
Doppelganger.
And that's what started the zombie apocalypse.
That's the goal.
That'd be horrifying. We run into Rashi, Battler, and Ame in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. What the hell?
Yeah, running into them in the middle of a zombie apocalypse would be horrifying. Come on. A zombie apocalypse would be horrifying.
Don't worry. A good necromancer wouldn't turn them into zombies.
Okay, well, I'm done here. I've done all I can. I think
They were
it's
just
time-
on their honeymoon 3 months ago. Where?
Oh, they're not
It
there.
sounded
Hmm?
like they were trying to get away. Which they didn't tell us where they were going.
Well, honestly, so I've kind of tried this. I tried this with my sister a while ago when I just got here, on this dimension and stuff. If they left the plane, there is a possibility that I can't get a hold of them. So, I mean, yes, they are probably dead, but maybe not. Yeah. So, I don't know.
Did you get the same feeling like that I did? where it was just nothing at the other end?
Yes, I did. And I will go over and hug Kaporin's waist, because that's as high as I can reach.
Horn does that tall person like shrug over, kind of hug the top of the head.
So what you do with half the people you know? Got it.
Except for like Brandon Amrick, but yeah, basically.
No, I meant you as the actual person.
Yes, like I do as a normal
Yeah.
person.
You and Ryan, you tall mofos.
It's hard being 6'6".
6'6".
Wow.
Funny.
And I'm shorter than Nori.
All right. So anything else to be done outside of the city as you are here?
Illinade?
What about him?
I was planning to talk to him in your own voice.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that was yesterday. He seemed really busy, and I wanted to give him some time, but if you want to think of some questions to ask him, we can try again tomorrow, depending on what's happening. I'm not really... It's just one of those things, which I'm sorry. I don't really want to do it right now.
Well, okay.
Anything else while we're out here?
I mean, we could spar or go back.
Horn just sings his heart out right here.
I'm down to spar.
Fight, fight, fight.
Porn just turns around. I want to know what love is. Sorry, I don't know what to do.
We're gonna spar to the soundtrack of a Ryan Reynolds movie.
It's all wham with an exclamation point.
And then one Mariah Carey song in there.
Yep. It's all wham, and then wham, 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 as you guys are hitting each other.
Horn's really singing his heart out over here. Just so much emotional trauma lately.
Well, the only new song
And
that you know of is a certain song that Nori's been humming under her breath recently. And so Kaporin just turns around. YMCA.
Why?
What does that mean?
I don't know, but it's catchy.
Well, and I feel like since she's only been humming it, he's just gonna put his own words and letters to it because he has no fucking clue what it actually is.
I'm sure
I
she says the
probably would've
YMCA
only
part.
been singing the YMCA part and just humming the rest
Yeah, just-
because that's the part that sticks in your head.
Just like how everyone does it.
Yeah, the more depressed Kaporin gets, the harder we start hitting each other.
So it doesn't take too long before bloody knuckles are happening. And not just the game of bloody knuckles.
Whew, I'm so glad I brought Bill out. Now I don't have to walk all the way back to town. Let's go.
Lead the way.
Okay. After probably like maybe half hour of sparring, you guys turn around and head out. Richard just like holding back the instinct to sneak attack someone.
Yeah, he's mostly just playing dodge everybody else's shots as much as possible. Don't actually attack.
Some interesting waltz that he's doing in between Polly and Amric.
Yeah, Richard's definitely taking the Tai Chi approach to this battle. But
Just like Motherfucker, just hold still, and you just can't get touched.
So they just
Working
give up
on our
on you
decks.
probably after like 5 minutes to just start hitting each other instead. But after about half an hour of some training, you guys decide to turn back towards town and head back in. Bran, as far as your assistance of the town goes, there's not so much. Most of the debris has been taken care of. Looks like the Asimars and such were working throughout the nights, just lifting and taking things away. So it's really more of just helping the infirmed, reallocating supplies, getting some stuff from around town and bringing it to the different refugee spots. There's the one at the X, there's the one down by the nursery, and there is one in the academy section as well. So it's kind of just facilitating between everything. Not sure if Nori's there. So she's just helping you out. But eventually you guys make your way back into town.
I'm gonna head down and see if Mazoga's alright. If you guys want to come with her, just stay here or do whatever you need to do. But I'm gonna go check on her house and see if it's still there.
I can come with.
I'm sure Rachel would want to go too.
Absolutely, I wasn't expecting he wouldn't. He needs to know everything.
Then again, where did the bird go?
Wherever he wanted to. Why are you still worried about that? Have you got over that yet? I mean, he's just gonna be here or he isn't.
The point thinks back to the trauma. He almost got shot. They've disappeared a couple times. He's been yelled at by the girls for not knowing where Rachel went. He's hidden everything. He still wonders where Rachel goes.
He's scarred. Okay. So with this amount of people going, most likely everyone else would tag along to go to the nursery area regardless. So we'll say, as a group, you all decide to go down. Polly directing you guys down to where Mazoga's house is, but after finding out that it is leveled and no longer exists, probably redirecting to the nursery shortly after. Am I correct in saying that, Polly?
Yes, I was
Okay.
nodding. Sorry.
Alright. Getting to the nursery, you guys do see Mazoga walking through the groups of people here as well as the plants this time around. She looks a lot thinner than the last time you saw her.
Mazoga, hey,
Hi, Polly.
well, hey, we were just coming to check on you to see if you were alright. I know that, all that divine shit really takes it out of you. Especially because you didn't look so great to begin with. Did you get enough rest?
Yes. I slept for an entire day. I think I'm good now.
Okay.
We don't want you to get fat.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, here, and I pull out another one of the beads of sustenance. I'm like, you are looking a little thin. I mean, just so you don't have to stop what you're doing and waste your time, this might help.
She takes it and looks at it. I appreciate this. Thank you.
Sorry,
You
my
said
cat's
there was a
attacking
group
my
of people
side.
there?
Ow.
Yeah, there's a refugee settlement here. Between the different rows of plants in the nursery, they've set up. Since this is one of the few largely untouched areas.
I know I didn't think of it till now, but I was just wondering, is Kurmarsh all right? I mean, I figured if he's not with you, he's probably out helping people.
Yes, he's fine. He got moved over to District 1 yesterday.
Okay, what about Earthamarsh? Have you heard from him? Is he still out there? Like,
He talks to me constantly throughout the day.
okay, good. Hey, so my family is pretty much holed up in a townhouse with us, like, over by the academy gates. If you don't want to be alone, I'm sure my mom would love to have you around, especially since my dad hasn't woken up yet.
She smiles and make sure to stop by, but I'm more needed here.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, I understand. Speaking of, we're all kind of here. Do you need any help?
She kind of just looks out over everyone. More of a... Just making sure everyone's as comfortable as possible right now. Nothing drastic or dire in immediate need here.
Absolutely. Is there like a food bank around here as well?
Yeah, there's a food line.
Okay, can I go over there and upcast create food and water?
Okay.
Just to give him like like decent sustenance and clean water.
Yeah. Yeah, you add to the stockpile. I mean, it's pretty much what the clerics have been doing to help with the supply. But it's welcomed, and you help pad their reserves. Luckily, it's been raining nonstop for the last 2 days, so water's not terribly a problem right now. But again, it's welcomed.
All right, King, what do you want to do? Oh, by the way, Bryn, I sent to one of the Valkyrie that I know up north, and I didn't get an answer, but I didn't get a not answer either. It wasn't the I'm dead and I'm not getting a connection. It's we're busy right now, and you can't reach us because we've got a barrier that blocks your sending spells.
That doesn't really surprise me. No. Good to know, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Going my way.
I just picture Racha standing there with a hitchhiker thumb and his legs sticking out.
Something to that.
Haley stick leg. Where
Well,
do you want to go, Richa?
Points at Bryn.
I mean, I'd like to go back home, but I also don't know if we want to be making that trek at this point in time. Didn't think about that when we first started off.
Now or never. Just sort of shrugs.
He's not wrong. It's getting cold enough that we're not going to be able to get up there if we don't leave soon.
Well, the cold isn't much of an issue for me, so if any of you have some means of warming through magic, you can disregard me as someone who needs it.
Right. It's not really the cold that I'm worried about. It's the snowstorms and the ice and the yetis and the exploding ground that turns into boiling water and then freezes over on top of you.
I can help with that one.
I can give us temporary shelter at night or while we're traveling, but still got the ice floors to worry about.
I don't know, it just sounds like a challenge that's not this, where I feel completely helpless.
Yeah, I'm not saying I never want to go back there, but if we're traveling on foot, seems a hell of a lot harder than going in a warmer season.
Actually, it's kind of always ice and snow up there.
Well, it's always ice and snow, but the difficulty, I guess, I don't know.
Chava unrolls a map and reads Northern Ice Sheet.
It's just Ixia wouldn't be all ice and snow.
And that's just a translation. It really is northern ice. Shit.
That's how you say it in Celestial.
The one word that doesn't sound good.
Which Caporn and Bryn can read very fluently.
If not Lingvi, Vivian Plains. That would have been in Pawn's voice.
Amphibian planes?
Did we just hear that?
No, I was using Pawn's voice for it.
He just automatically pops up behind us when we say his name 3 times.
Well, to be fair, you'd have to say his entire name 3 times.
And we also haven't said his name once even.
I mean, we can always fast track and go straight to Amrex, and then yeah, down to the south.
I will say this. I can't go back to Cydia. If you guys want to go down there, you're more than free, but I can't.
Why?
Nora just gives Richaw just a look, like, why do you think?
And he just sort of shrugs, like, why? Like, oh, what are you giving me that face for? Kind of a shrug.
Are we around a bunch of people?
No, not really. Mozoga's kind of wandered off away from you guys as you're no longer talking to her. And doing this, you guys have probably started to move in a random direction. And now find yourselves, like, amidst a place that has been decimated by everything that happened. As you kind of, like, look around, you're like, oh, we're literally in a ghost town. Cool.
Are we near the familiar?
No, you guys went south, so you're closer to the south wall, if anything.
It's Zelik. Just Zelik.
Artemir. Or Spire.
Yeah, but I don't know how far his reach goes. And I don't want to risk that. And the stupid bounty on my head.
Question, Nori. We can't send to you because of your peace. Does that kind of block scrying and finding burned on chest runes and stuff?
Yes,
Well.
I'm protected from that, but I'm not protected from what my face looks like.
I could fix that.
You can wild shape and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it doesn't last for forever, and if I get caught, it's worse.
They also know to look out for someone who wild shapes. So just doing it in public is going to set off bells for some people.
Or intelligence
Right.
check.
But doesn't Rachel have like a kit that does everything? Does it disguise people too?
Nora, you also remember that 2 other people were tagged in your group. So, you not going doesn't mean that your group won't be targeted.
That's true. Bryn and Karen. Yeah, he knows about you too. He knows I'm traveling with the Kenku.
What?
One pulls out.
Yeah, I told you this like months ago.
You told him Brennan Caparin. You didn't tell him that this guy knew about you. And
I
a Kenku.
did! I fully did!
Definitely didn't, but
Rachel is now
Rachel's gonna
freaking out.
perk up at that. Like, my family.
It would be it would be a Kenku that was traveling with our very unique group.
The 6'6" half-elf that can't stop singing. And the Valkyrie, one of the very few who have left their people.
Well, to be
They
honest,
totally don't stand out.
Rachel's gone through a significant change in the last 3 months.
I don't think just because he has a beard, it's gonna matter.
Instant 100% disguise.
Yeah, regardless, the 3 of you are still very recognizable. So,
And that was just from the information Nori got back then. Things could totally have... The dossier could have increased by now.
I understand all that and stuff, but I'm just wondering, like, are you just going around like with a bright light shining on your face? Ever heard of cloaks and hoods and things? And
Have you met this group?
it's not like we're walking through a forest, arm in arm, stepping over each other's feet, singing songs out loud.
Follow the yellow brick road.
I think that would honestly be stealthier than how we usually operate.
I was gonna say, give them 5 minutes in any town.
Just point going off the fingers. It's like I ran out of fingers of how many times we've either been caught, kicked out, etc., etc.
Right, count how many fingers you want, Kaporin, but we have to go down there to help your mom if we're gonna, do anything.
Yeah,
And we
Rachel
can't just
sort of
teleport
pokes at his
wherever we-
nose.
Huh?
Rachel sort of
I-
pokes at his nose, like, that's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah, like we really don't have a choice.
That's very true.
know.
I'm
I know you are.
And Nori, knowing Zalik and how smart he is, if he sees your group without you, that means that you're alone somewhere.
It is true. It's just a bad situation.
Guys,
Because
like,
we're not
my
one right
dad
now.
is such an asshole. Like,
He's not my dad. Fuck him.
My stepdad. It's the worst.
he totally doesn't get me.
The only good
Doesn't
thing
give
he
me an
made is my
allowance
brother.
at all.
And even that's debatable sometimes.
All I'm saying is that it doesn't really matter if you have a warrant on your head or anything like that. If we're gonna help, we gotta go. It just depends on how we go. We're
Yeah.
not just gonna walk in and announce our presence. Obviously, we're gonna stay off the beaten path. We're only gonna send a couple of us into towns at a time for supplies and stuff if we're gonna do this. If we want to help, we have to go. And it's gonna take long enough to get there already.
Alright.
So,
Oh,
shall we swing over and see Amric's family and then head south? Would that be the easiest way?
yeah. And if we don't
But
have
if
a
it-
magical means of transportation, I can lead us through the snake forest.
Bryn, give me an intelligence check.
I'm
Really?
gonna say or Lingvi.
I don't suck at it today.
Everyone
We
gets
were equally smart.
Spider-Man style. Everyone gets one. As everyone is talking about this, you get a sort of flashback reconciliation memory of a time when you guys didn't know how you were going to get to Cydia so quickly as you were put upon a task, and a certain person helped you all get somewhere very quickly, in roughly the realm of where you needed to go, just outside the towns of thereof.
Oh, you mean the one that's probably busy with other duties? But yeah.
The one that's also reached out to you, and one of
Yeah,
your
I don't know how the fuck to reach back out to
and one of
him.
your members happens to be their child,
I mean,
who would probably want to make sure that her safety, if she had to go down to Cydia, was facilitated in some way.
he's gonna kill me for even someone suggesting. I don't even have to be the one to suggest it. He's just gonna stare me down and go, "What the fuck, Bryn?" And then I'm gonna be like, "It wasn't my idea," and that's what's gonna happen.
Well-
and then I'm dead.
No, you're not allowed to be dead.
it comes with condition of being Nori's girlfriend. You can't just automatically die. There has to be at least some discussion.
She will reincarnate you.
With the conversation that we had with Ilinade in the lounge, Bryn and I, would we safely assume that Valek was with Ilinade?
When? Now?
Like when I communed?
If anything, the opposite.
Ilinade was with Valek. Okay, that's even better.
No, the opposite of them probably not being together. Ilinade kind of stressed to you the fact that he's no longer under Valek. He's doing his
Oh,
own
I knew
thing.
that, but still, I don't know. Okay. Never
You
mind
also
then.
know that if they're within any sort of proximity, you're not going to be able to talk to anybody who's close to Valek because of what Valek has. So, you know
And
he
do we
wasn't
know
at
that-
least holding his hand.
Do we know that Nori's brother? Is he warded as well?
He can confirm. Capone can
He's
confirm
in
that
he's in more trouble than I am.
So Yelena is the only person we can talk to. Shit. Okay.
I don't think you guys ever told Polly how in the level of fucked uppery Arix is in the whole thing.
That's just, something he can learn about on his own fun time.
Or get side swiped with it randomly in the middle of a conversation somewhere.
That sounds like more of our style.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I mean, Polly reads people well enough to know that Arix, being Arix, and what I know of him already, he's probably in a lot of trouble, especially working with Valek.
It's
So
like
how's my book?
Ixian's probably got a bounty on him already.
My mom
Arch
talked
just,
to him not too
Arch
long
just
ago,
works
so-
him off all the time.
he can be a little shit, but when we first saw him in Autumnmere, he was so quiet, and I wondered if maybe he'd finally matured. But nope. It's because Zelik had him under his thumb. He's still his same goofy self.
Yep. Suppressing it.
So since we're near the south wall, I will take Bill out for about 25 minutes. And cast Sending again at a higher level to try to get a hold of Yelena. Hey, just wanted to let you know we're safe-ish. Helping out here. Kinda need to talk to you and Valek. in person if possible. Hard to send to him. We're gonna be here for a couple more days. Solbrin.
You send it out and doesn't connect to anybody. Same like Ame.
One, why would you bring that up if she's gonna be dead? That is not nice.
Excuse me?
I
No,
was talking to Val directly, out of character. So my condolences, Nori. I could not get a hold of Yelena, but she may have been holding Felix's hand. I don't know. But
Doesn't
there
it
was
feel
nothing.
different?
It did not feel blocked. It felt like nothing.
Does it normally feel blocked when they're together, or is it the nothing feeling?
Yes.
Helpful.
I've done it once to her before, and if she was next to me, it was blocked. It does feel like it's hitting a wall. But if what Paul is saying is true, then just like everyone else, they're on?
And I have no other way of contacting anybody down there. I don't even know where they are. But like as far as like what Racha said earlier, I have one more slot for commune if you want to do that and see if I can get Illuminated and find out what's happening with them. But I can't guarantee anything.
I'd rather not have family dead. That would be preferable.
What about any other members that might be with him?
I could maybe try to contact Ari and Jenko. Because they were usually around with that group, or maybe even Ganthrok. I wouldn't put it past him to be around.
I mean, it's a shot in the dark at this point, but it sounds like it's one we might have to take.
I mean,
especially since we can't reach him. So I don't know how the fuck he talked to me.
General Rasmussen.
I could probably no, I can't contact him. Yes, I can. He doesn't have a piece. I was thinking about the captain. Sorry.
Would any of that even be within his pay grade?
I mean, it doesn't really have to do with pay grade because I'm not using their circles or anything. Oh, you mean General Rasputin?
Yeah, would he?
Rasmussen, not Rasputin. Very different general.
we went and rescued a dictator.
No, go to the Soviet Union.
That's like happened 3 times now.
I don't know the guy very well.
You can say,
Yeah, I
you
have
can say
that every
Rasmussen.
time.
Make it easier.
Are you sure General Rasmussen would know any of that?
Yeah, I'm on the same page with that. So I'd rather go for Ganthrok because I know him better, but it's up to you guys. Like, I know that Ari and Jenko know more because they've been with them longer. It's up to you guys. I have spells left. I can contact any one of them. I can also commune if you need me to, and you can start asking the questions.
We don't really know Ari and Janko, huh? We just know of them, right?
They know us.
Oh yeah, of course they do.
think you came across them once, Brent.
Yeah. Okay.
We met them in the town in District 7. We met the whole crew there.
I'm just saying, like, we don't know them that well,
No.
kind of thing. Where they'd be like they would obviously. Yeah, I know they know us, but
No,
Yeah,
they were closer to the OG Group 1, and then OG Group 2. But as far as current groups, no.
Okay, so sent to Ganthrock, commune to Illinade, correct? Okay, I will cast my last 4th level to Ganthrock.
Okay.
Hey, buddy. Hope you're safe. Figured you were. If you're near Valak, tell him we need to speak to him immediately. In person, if possible. We're in Solbrin. Man, I fucking hope you're okay. Maybe talk to you later.
Almost immediately, you get back. Holy! Hey, glad you're okay. I'm not near Valak. But District 8 fought a lot of bad guys. That was fun.
I will relay that he is alive. Sadly, he is not near Valak. Which means a lot, actually. Because he is in District 8 right now. So, last-ditch effort. And I will get off my pony, have a seat in the mud, and I will attempt to commune with Illinade.
Okay.
That is so many rolls.
Mind your business.
He said it last time. It might not go through.
You have a 25% chance of it not succeeding, and I rolled a 26. So, a moment goes by before Polly's eyes aglow with the white and yellow smoky light. And Polly was sitting in the mud, but as the light takes over the eyes, he sort of kind of leans back in like a very lounge chair reclined position, kind of crosses one leg over the other knee, kind of starts kicking it a little bit. What's up, guys?
Hi.
Hi, Eleni. Just had
I
a
have
few
questions.
questions.
It's funny, whenever Polly asks the questions, the eyes stop glowing. And then as soon as he's done, they re-glow. It's like a light switch getting turned on and off.
The eyes will dim. We can't get a hold of Valak or Yelena. Are they safe?
Safe is a matter of perspective.
Okay, so they're not dead.
I didn't say that.
But you didn't not say it.
True.
Is there any way that you could get a hold of Valak for us?
Yes.
Oh goodness, you guys are horrible at this.
Yep.
We need help.
Doesn't
getting
have
down
all
to
day,
Stygia.
and neither do I.
I thought you were telling him to go on. That's why I was staying quiet. I thought you were asking questions.
Sorry. We could ask, and he's asking us this group, not Polly slash Ilane right now. We could ask if there's an easier way for us to get to Ixia if they're busy, or City if they're busy.
Sure, ask away.
Eleni, we're trying to get down to the city. Can you help us with that?
Or the how on to do that?
Whoa,
Those
with
are
all
not
the
separate
questions,
questions.
one at a time.
I was tacking onto his, not a separate one.
No multiple questions within questions. I'm sorry, it's not how the genie works, baby.
Genie. That's not a question.
Questionception is not allowed, Nori.
Ollie turns blue.
I don't know, I just learned that people are dead and I'm very concerned.
What do you need me to do? And he gestures towards the whole group.
So that's the 5, I guess.
To answer Rachaw's question, look, I'm not that type of person that tells people what to do. Sort of let them make their own choices and see how they play out. I value personal freedom, guys.
Doesn't mean you can't suggest something. In very, very broken words.
Doesn't mean you can't, just something.
It's like the most
Hey.
concentrated you've ever seen.
Yeah,
Racha.
he's like just fractaling things he knows.
Yeah.
That was an impressive sentence, Racha.
Rachaw's just afterwards.
Yeah, he like has to sit down. He's a little tired.
Unfortunately, it looks like our time is up here.
Wait a minute, you didn't answer 2 questions.
So were you splitting those up into 2 questions separately?
Wait.
I mean, I guess we have
Because
to.
Kaporin asked, is there a way that he could help? And then Nori asked, how can they get into... So, if you are splitting it into 2 questions, you should probably...
Oh no,
Sanctify.
Kaporin asked, is there a way to get down to City quickly? And Nori asked, can you help us?
No, she asked how.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, Kaporin's question, to reiterate, was, Eleni, is there a way that you can help us get down to Cydia quickly?
We can just have mine not be a thing, because Racha had his, so we'll just erase mine since it was a tack on.
In which case, Ilinade would just look at you and say, yes.
Please help.
Whether or not I can do it right now is a whole nother situation. Currently holding up fabric realities of time and space.
Oh no, maybe we should leave him alone.
We really do appreciate your help.
These chats are always wonderful.
And I'll let go of the spell.
He sits you up before letting go.
Well,
But-
we have some answers.
But not all the 100% way up, so you get that little bit of a feel.
I actually thought he was just going to dump me back in the mud.
He's not mean to his people. He's mischievous, but he's not mean.
So we have some of our answers. But it doesn't look like we're going to get down to Cydia quickly. So, shall we plan to head over to District 3 as fast as we can? Because I'm actually all ready to go. I have all the supplies for it. They're all in Nori's bag.
Don't you want to wait for your father, though, to wake up?
I do, but I think he's alive, and he's sleeping, and trust me, my mom took care of my sister for over 2 years that way. He's gonna wake up. It's just a matter of time.
District 3, Lingvi might as well be the same.
You both?
If you guys want to, I don't mind.
Please, for the love of all that's green and good, let's make a decision!
But then you wouldn't be Group 1.
I know. I am here to help. I can help you guys travel wherever we need to go. I am here for it. Please, can we make a decision?
Bryn. Amric.
I'd like to go back.
Then we're going to Lincoln
Yes.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I say Lindley first.
Alright,
you.
we have the rest of the day to grab what we need. It's going to be real tough to find supplies now, but do what you can. I can do food and water all the way there and back, so we don't really have to worry about that.
And I can help if you'd like.
If we pass through any areas with lots of wildlife, you guys can save your spells and I can get us food.
I probably would tell you that, especially since you guys are going into the winter season, wildlife's going to be pretty scarce.
So we've got
Sounds
create
like a
food and water.
challenge.
We've got create food and water from Polly. We've got Goodberry from Nori, as long with the horses from Nori. So I think we should be okay.
We have shelter, but the point is recommending that we should find something to lay down on the ground.
What happened to your bedroll?
We have bedrolls, Baron. What did you do with it? I thought you had one.
Why seems to be on the floor? He doesn't have a bedroll.
What?
He turned it into dolls.
To be fair, it was the first
Took all the
iteration.
stuffing out.
It was the first iteration, so he trashed those dolls.
He needed materials. He hasn't had a bedroll like this entire time.
As you guys have been making fire during your certain stays, he's magically produced kindling every day.
With the
Well-
dome, does it remain like dry inside? Would snow end up coming through because it's not actually a living thing?
It
the
stays.
dome.
The only thing that it goes through is oxygen and air and like smell. But anything, any precipitation, water, any of that stuff would get held out.
Well, Karen, you've got a sailed canvas in the bag of holdings. You can sleep on that.
A little precarious. Buried alive.
Again, I got you.
I suffer from my artwork. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're really gonna suffer, Kaparin. Did you buy any warm clothes before this?
Kaporn does have a set of warm clothes. He did purchase one when they were in town.
I feel like most of us did, except Amric.
I bet.
Yeah,
I
Shaw
did, but my warm clothes are also like a joggers and like a
long
like
sleeve
a
shirt.
very thin. Yeah, pretty much.
Amric likes it when
Chaz.
his nipples can cut glass.
Shaw's is
It adds
literally
plus
just
1 to my damage
a
rolls.
penguin suit.
A onesie penguin suit.
A Kugurumi.
Yeah.
There we go.
Can we all get onesies?
I just thought about this, and Kaporn's gonna bring it up now. Have any of us checked on
The answer is no.
what's her name? Yeah, none of us have checked on her, right?
Who's her?
On yeah.
The answer is still
Polly,
no.
we met
But
her at the bank. We met her at the banquet. She
Fiona?
made clothes.
She's in
Yeah,
District
Fiona.
3
No one-
for all we know.
She was here in town, and she was gonna make us outfits.
Why is that important right now, Kaparin? So many people are dead.
It's a person we met, and I'm just like, we didn't check on her out of
That's
all
fine.
the people
We can
we've been
stop by
looking for.
the inn on the way back and ask her employees if they have seen her.
We passed in. I don't think it's standing anymore.
Dennis.
We were in the inn when the explosion went off.
Yeah, the Trident's Trinity is still standing. With a hole in the side of one of its walls, but still standing.
No, that totally happened from the explosion.
Not according to the woman who works the front desk.
Yeah, oh yeah, Kaparin, you owe them a bunch of money. So we do have to go back there.
I'm so sure some relief fund will help them out. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, hey, remember those consequences we were talking about and taking responsibility for them? Let's start right now.
Step 1, buddy.
Right? 12 steps, baby. You got
The
this.
first, except you have a problem, Kapoor.
This is not AA. It's not an AA meeting.
Isn't it?
When he goes to take his first step towards the place, can I try and trip him?
Yeah. Before make a dex save.
What do I roll? I don't even know.
You don't roll anything. Kapoor eats shit.
It's a rough first step sometimes. Rachel just walks on, visibly a little annoyed.
We just look with dead stare at Richard. It's like, I deserve that, but what the hell?
He threw his body through most of the things that are broken in that building, so yeah.
Yeah, Racha has feelings too, you know.
Yeah, it really, it hurt. You threw him through a wall. And a ceiling.
Yeah, I'm sorry. As Kaporn picks himself up and I assume wipes mud away from his face.
Oh yeah, all the front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Then you realize that like it's mud, it's ash, but it's not like regular ash. It's like
It's been raining, so it's like turned into paste.
well, it's got this extra texture to it, almost like rendered fat.
Fell in a dead body, that's fun.
Well, you realize that probably majority of this ash that is here probably has cooked people in it as well.
You didn't have to say that.
I
It
did.
wasn't necessary.
I did.
You really didn't. Could have
Kapoor,
just
you
said he was
cannibal,
covered
you.
in ash.
So
I'll look back
let's
and then
just
I'll look
go.
over at Racha
Sure.
and be like, thank you so much for finding that basin. We're gonna need it.
The one thing that survived.
Almost like they was planned for this. We had to Trident Trinity.
okay, going to the Trident Trinity, it is still standing. A very crude boarded job over the hole in the wall, up on the second floor. Sorry. No, third floor. Yeah, because Bryn and Nori are on fourth. But you guys go in. There are a plethora of people. It looks like this has been another location that has sort of refugee taken in people. The same doorwoman is there when you guys enter and arrive. Wonderful. Do you all need rooms as well?
No. Nori just looks at Kaparin.
Oh, thank God.
Shaw fluffs his feathers out outside.
No, I'm here to apologize for the other day.
Apologize and
Give you this stack of coin.
Good.
To
And she
pay
pulls
for
out
what
this
I've-
book out of her back pocket and kind of flips through it. All right, so we ended up calculating everything together. Looks like 78 gold worth of damages.
78 gold.
Correct.
Porn rounds up to 100 gold, and we'll hand it over to the lady. It's like a little something to help rebuild. And
Well, we
otherwise.
appreciate it. Thank you very much. And you guys are now taken off the blacklist for the Trident Trinity, so you can stay here again.
Wonderful.
Speaking of lists, we were wondering if you've heard from Fiona at all.
Which kind of like looks past you guys and over to a large group of individuals who are being cared for by a very large female woman.
Thank you.
It's kinda
We
hard to miss
appreciate
her.
your help. Yeah, but we were focused. We get that way sometimes. I apologize.
Not a problem.
Fine. Walk over it. Fiona. Called out to her softly.
Oh! It looks like our remodeler is here.
I apologize for that. I wasn't in the right mind that night.
what are you doing?
Helping
me or her?
people?
No, I was looking at Kaparin. No, I'm.
Oh.
No, she's doing great. Let her continue doing her thing. Kaparin, what are you
The
doing?
little one has gotten so forceful.
It's been a long day. It's been a long
Comes
week.
over at
It's only
Kapara and
11
goes,
a.m.
I fucked up and almost died.
I believe everyone sort of falls in that category now.
Yes, a little bit of everyone. You came into mind and I wanted to make sure you're alright. Have the Shmago family with us. We're taking care of them. But we haven't seen you, so we were worried. Or I was worried, at least.
Well, I appreciate your worry, but I am perfectly fine and sort of looking after all my new tenants here.
Is there any healing that you need? Anyone that you need healing for? I can help that, maybe?
No, everyone's here is just a little bit displaced from everything that went down, but no one's hurt. Anyone who was hurt, we sent to the triage centers.
I did pay for my damages.
Good. So noble of you, Kaparin.
So I heard, and thank you very much for that.
Again, I apologize. Nori, I apologize.
I will grab Kaporin by the back of his pants and nod to Fiona. Thank you for your time. We'll let you get back to what you were doing. I will tell my mother that you are fine.
Oh, I saw
And
her
again-
yesterday.
Oh, excellent, excellent. All right. Well, thank you very much, and we will get out of your hair, and I will drag Kaporin out of the door.
Polly just reaches up and like grabs that like cushion of thigh muscle, like right underneath the butt cheek. That if you're not ready for it and someone grabs that, it's just painful. Like if they get like a tight grip on it and you're just and it just like inhibits you from walking correctly. And Polly just like steers you out with that.
As we're sort of leaving, Racha's gonna sneak out the tat dress and go, we'll come back to this. And then leave.
Okay. She just smiles at you.
Which also has a collar for that.
Little choker.
It was like a bow tie, but yeah, something like that.
what I'll get from Kaporin after his shopping spree.
As you guys are
Misclick, sorry.
walking away, Bryn, she grabs your hand. And she's,
Bryn will stop.
actually, I've got something for you. Just give me a
You
moment.
do. Okay.
And she goes down one of the hallways on the first floor, sort of behind the desk area, but a few doors down. Goes inside and grabs what looks to be a large fuck, I forgot the name for it. Oh my god, I'm blanking.
Parcel, bundle.
No.
Garment bag.
A what? Garment bag, yes. And she kind of hands it over to you. This is something for you. If you don't mind giving it a try on and letting me know how it comes out. Or if you don't have anything to do right now, you can try it on here. Or obviously somewhere a bit different.
I think I have a moment. I'm just gonna look at the other group. That's probably halfway out the door at this point.
Well, if you don't mind, just snap your fingers twice.
She'll do that.
All of a sudden, your armor, sword, all your items just impact the ground around you, and the garment bag shrinks up and turns into a clutch. And Nora, you kind of like looking at Bryn. She's in like this decently tight blue silver, depending on how you look at it. You slightly turn. It's got that chromatic aberration shift of light. One strap over the left shoulder, and it kind of cuts across. The right waist area is open, and it's got a long slit down the left side. And it goes all the way down to just above the ankle. Fiona kind of just like sits back and crosses her arms and goes, "Huh, I'm glad I got the proportions right."
I do that every time to put it on.
Yeah, same to take it off.
Now the question is, does the armor come back on?
Yes, it does. Whatever you are wearing when you take it, when you switch onto it, would reallocate its position. As long as you're holding the clutch.
Now the question is, does she have actual shoes that go with this dress, or it's just like her weird shoes that she's
Right now, you're
wearing?
barefoot.
Great. Gotta go find those. At some point.
Nori's expression right now is gay panic.
Fiona would suggest a silver shoe with this dress.
Rachel will pull out his 2 left shoes for her and offer them. Just because she's currently barefoot, if we're gonna go outside.
I don't think I'm gonna wear the dress outside, but thank you, Rachel.
You look beautiful, Bryn.
But it works because your braid goes over your right shoulder, and so the left shoulder has the strap. She put thought into it. As in the DM put thought into it.
I love it.
Wish all clothes were that convenient.
So it's basically a cast on / cast off instead of an armor or dress.
Instant party dress.
If these get left in a room, do they come? Like, how does that work?
No, you gotta be holding the garment bag.
the garment bag, but what about the armor that is now on the floor?
You can put that anywhere.
And then it would just automatically come back on.
Yeah.
Ooh, fun.
Is the armor on the floor? I thought it condensed into the clutch. Like
No,
it was the
it all
clutch.
fell onto the floor.
Gotcha.
So, equipment, armor, and anything that was under your equipment slots, as well as your clothes, everything. So, technically, Bryn is going commando currently, under the dress.
I was just thinking like this is essentially like Iron Man's stuff. This is
To a
what I
degree,
was
yeah.
thinking it was.
But she's got to be holding the clutch or the garment bag to activate it. So, it's not like any time you can snap and...
Fiona, is this the garment bag's doing, or is it the dress itself?
It's the dress itself.
Can you do that with a garment bag instead? Say, like, we're going north, and, armor's really cold, but warm clothes are really warm. So if we put all our armor in a garment bag, and then we wear our warm clothes, but then we have to fight something, and we snap our fingers twice, and we're wearing our fighting stuff, so that we can fight, and then we snap again, and after the fight, we're in our warm clothes again.
She looks at you and goes, to be more precise, it's the thread that the dress is made out of, and it's not cheap to come by.
I wasn't expecting.
She turns to you, Bryn, and goes, I'm not asking for any payment. I'm just saying, definitely if you ever wear this anywhere, let people know. Fiona's Fabulous Figures is where you got this.
Fiona's Fabulous Figures. You know Avita?
Yes. She wears all my stuff. I have her under contract. She only wears my things.
Oh. Yeah, she raised me.
Oh! She kind of like looks at you and like thinks for a moment and goes, you're not really like her.
No, I'm not her kid.
No, I'm not talking about physically. She's much more of a Spitfire? You don't come across so much as a kick the door down to get shit done type of person.
No.
I'll point at Nori and go, that bitch bowed to no one.
Well, maybe it skips a generation.
Through the whole conversation that she was just having, can Racha try and sneak 15 gold onto her person somewhere?
Where would you like to try and sneak 15? She doesn't have pockets. She is currently...
How does she not have pockets?
Because even female clothes in this world don't have pockets.
That's some bullshit, sir.
That is absolute
She is creating
bullshit.
them. They should have pockets, Val.
Pockets!
For a woman who creates fashion and would much rather be fashionable than functional.
We can be both.
She is wearing decently tight leather pants, no pockets, with almost like a hunting jacket, but it's very tight and doesn't go quite all the way down. Long sleeve white shirt underneath. Nice thick boots that wrap up and go halfway up the calf. And her hair is... She's got most of it up in a bun, but like 6 curls kind of fall down in front. So where would you like to shove 15 gold?
Go for the boobs.
I was thinking that was my first thought, but that's just like...
She's taller than
it's not gonna
Kapoor.
work. But it's one of those that's not gonna work out very well because I need to actually hide
Climb
for this
up
to happen. Exactly. Well,
Give me 15 seconds. I'm gonna go grab the popcorn.
my after the explanation of what she's wearing, Is there a hood to that jacket or
No, it's like a hunting jacket. So it's not like
Alright.
it's a hunting coat, like a smoker's, like a cigar coat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha. Then he's gonna go for the bun, and he'll try and sneak it into her, into her hair.
Go ahead and do a stealth check first.
Fiona, I couldn't possibly just take this. Please.
Ooh.
She rolled shit. Go ahead and roll sleight of hand. She nat 20'd this one.
Damn.
So you get up. You don't crawl up her like you usually do for Kaporin, because there's like the only things to grab on would be a little precarious. So you climb up the wall next to her, and like you kind of like start to pull the coin out, and then you turn, and as you're about to put it like turn and like you turn and you face her, and she's just staring at you. As your hands like, even though she's probably looking dead in your eyes, your hand's still slowly going towards her bun.
Yeah. If she's like looking up at me a little bit, he'll just go towards her forehead then, and then put it on top of her forehead, and then stealth away.
Another stealth check. She's more enamored by taking this gold coin off her forehead, and like wiping her forehead, and putting the gold coin in her brassiere, and then turning around. So that was weird.
No, that's fairly normal for us.
Unfortunately.
You should probably change that.
You know,
You can't see him
We've-
half the time.
we've tried,
No.
kind of. But yeah, he just does what he wants.
I had a cat back in the day and always kept losing it, so I put a belt around its neck. Possibly do this here.
Well, considering he's smarter than all of us, I don't think that's gonna work.
It could be a magical bell that he can't take off.
Yeah, but then he'd be useless when we actually need him to be quiet.
Yeah, you just
Oh no, as long as one of us can take it off.
exactly. But nevertheless, to return back to your thing, Polly, it is the thread's a bit difficult to come across, so it's quite expensive, and to create something for an entire group of warm clothing, it's one thing to make a dress, a bit sheer, not so thick. It's more for style than anything, but to make thick, warm clothes, that's a lot of material.
Yeah, I get it now. I'm sorry. I
No, it's a good question. It's just, it's a bit. If you ever come across about 150,000 gold, I can do that for you.
okay. Well, how about this idea? It's called Kugurumi. No, just
Gesundheit.
Racha slowly considers more money because she said that it was way more expensive than I thought it was.
But yeah, again, we're sorry for taking up your time, but thank you very, very much.
If you see Vita, tell her I say hi.
I mean, okay, I can do that, but I saw her like 3 hours ago.
Actually, if you
And
see
she
her again,
didn't
send
say
her
hi?
our way.
What the fuck?
Send her our way if you can.
Well, she's a little
Please.
busy right now. She went and saw that druid in the south.
Nori looks very hurt.
Had to get some sort of special plants to help heal the headmaster.
This town headmaster?
Yeah?
Should run to the academy right now.
Again, that was 3 hours ago.
Wouldn't Rachel be interested in that?
Or Shaw stealthed away.
Even Nori didn't catch me this time.
Every time Racha is successful at bypassing Nori's vision, I can just see Racha, like, behind her.
Well, sorry again. We'll see you later.
Are you sure, Fiona, I can't give you something for this? I feel wrong taking it from you.
You hear it out of nowhere in the middle of.
No, not at all. Just make sure that you wait for the festival and you let everyone know where you got it. You didn't ask for this. This is a gift. Shouldn't belittle a gift by trying to pay for it.
No, it's just more than I ever imagined. Thank you.
You should start expanding your imagination there.
And then she'll sadly snap off the dress and back into the normal stuff.
Alright. Oh, and it's waterproof. So, especially at those type of fancy dinners, people spilling wine, don't worry about it. So back into your armor, clothes, and equipment.
Unfortunately.
The garment bag does roll up. You don't have to worry about wrinkles or anything like that, so it could be rolled up and then put into one of the bag of holdings or your backpack.
My backpack.
Alright. So she returns back to conversation and helping the individuals that are in the lobby. As you guys make your way back out into the rain.
Fiona hears, "Goodbye, little bird. I love you," as I exit out.
What's your passive perception, Richo?
20.
Okay. You can add that gold back to your purse.
Impressive.
She got 24. You'd think that a seamstress has high dex.
I find it funny that there's like this little bit of like flirtatious romance between Fiona and Rachel.
Sorry, haha. Move to the side. And by the way, you find the gold coin in your beard.
Like, what the fuck?
It's payback for the bun, or for the forehead, I guess.
Richo has to make an intelligence check to see if he thinks he just creates gold coins now.
It's more of a like. He genuinely goes, "I think I'm in love." Like,
I support this.
Heart breaks in the background. It's fine.
The straight
I mean-
5-foot bird with the 7-1.
Kenku culture is all about polyamory, so he like, there's no ties between anybody.
Okay. So, you guys leave the Trident Trinity. What's on the agenda for the rest of the day?
Is my dad awake yet?
No, unfortunately not.
Should we go say hi to Polly's family and then get going, or do you want to stay another night?
It is about midday.
Yeah, I'd like to spend one more night with him if you guys wouldn't mind, just in case.
Yeah, it's your family.
And when we get there, I will definitely let my mom know, and my sister, let them know our plans
Okay.
to go up, come back. I'm not promising that we're going to come straight through. We need to hightail it some other places, but if it is possible, we will.
Roger that.
Cha and his stealth will be off to the academy to go try and catch Avita.
Okay. Taking your time to go out doing there. Unfortunately, by the time you guys found out, Avita had already moved on. Hence why she didn't stop for you, Nori.
Nori still feels hurt. She couldn't have just been like, "Hi, Nori, bye."
Oh, because that would have made Nori much better.
Well, depending on the situation, she could have also taken us with her to wherever she's going and made us closer to where we wanted to go.
She would have made you go farther away from where you want to go.
Essentially, too, which wouldn't have been necessarily bad because we're so indecisive.
Make someone else make the decision for you.
It forces us to make a
Sure,
decision.
we'll come along. Why not? We'll see what happens.
Well, at least I know Avita's alive. I'll go with that.
Yeah, and honestly, we can contact her on our way back and see if she can bamf us down there a little bit faster, or at least like halfway there, since there's a whole forest.
Okay, so you guys go back, see the Shamazels, give that information over. Rachag goes to the academy, doesn't find Avita, probably comes back and tells Nori, or maybe just Bryn, no dice on the Avita front. After probably about 15 minutes of trying to figure out what he's trying to say. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before the end of this day? Supplies? Talk to people?
The only thing I would... Sorry, go ahead.
Besides taking a bath, Orin's fine on supplies otherwise, but...
Easy enough to do. Stand outside for 10 minutes straight.
It's still raining that hard? Wow.
Well, it's just constant rain. You fell in the mud. You didn't wallow in it. you didn't hog bath it up. You just planted.
I feel like he would have done a mud angel at least.
Mud angel.
Like the
mud
pitch
angel.
perfect puke angel or whatever.
Draws a mud angel, then just with his finger draws a belladonna angel. Just on the side. Well then Kaporn doesn't have much else to do than work on one of his projects, if anything.
Dex check. Bryn, anything?
I need to go find shoes, but I feel like they're not going to have them here right now.
Skeleton Closet is still up. It's just shoes. There's only so much kink that you can get with shoes. I'm not saying there's no kink with shoes, but I'm saying that there's so much kink.
Sure, Val.
Steel stilettos. Functional and deadly.
Some stripper shoes with insert gold coin here.
Yeah, I'll remind Bryn that there is also a clothing store that Fiona owns in Fulablatt, which is the district of, or the capital of District 3 where we're going later.
Yeah, I just gotta be on the... Just want to look for them. Don't really want to be barefoot with this dress.
Well, we also only know that that was their last known location. We don't know if that's where my family still is.
Yeah, but it's a good place to start. And after weeks and weeks of traveling, it'll be nice to settle in for a second and then go look.
Okay.
The festival in Fiona's voice.
That too.
So where does that even happen?
It's everywhere. It's a festival.
It's every capital city. Each district has their own.
And I've never been to Fulablatt for their festival, so this will be fun.
I've never been to any type of festival in Ixia, so should be fun.
District 5's was pretty cool.
All right, so Bryn, you're looking for shoes?
Sure, why not? Why the hell not?
Nora, are you going with?
Yeah, sure.
Can Ratra find metal to make Bryn shoes?
Easy enough to do.
And then he'll make 3 shoes and keep the second left shoe for himself.
Of course. Go ahead and give me a dex check.
Or Amric.
Because you...
Remember that mask? Go ahead.
I was just saying, because your stuff can turn into cobbler supplies, you don't get the bonus for it. He makes decent shoes.
Do I just like melt down my silver coins? It's 95 silver. Is that enough or no?
Oh, you wanted to just melt down your own silver?
Or whatever. Fiona suggested silver shoes.
Well, yeah, but you said you looked for metal.
Yeah, if metal's metal, yeah, we'll just do that then.
You can melt down about 20 silver worth of silver and coat the iron shoes.
Yeah, that's probably best anyways, just to not let them rust.
Yeah. So yeah, you can do that.
Works for me.
It's not very fashionable, Bryn. It's much more function over fashion. They're basically a pair of flats with like a half-inch heel.
The fact that he put a little heel in there is impressive.
Well, it was really just a little extra blob of metal, and he was like, "Fuck," and he just, with the silver that he poured on it, shaved it up. Yeah.
Thank you, Rachel.
That's only if she didn't find it too. She could of course find other ones as well.
Make an investigation check, Bryn, with advantage with Nori's help. Polly, is there anything you wanted to do?
Yeah, I want to do my forms. Since I have time, I have half a day.
Okay.
And then spend some time with my sister and my dad.
So kind of just going out and everyone goes out to do their own thing, just going outside and getting some practice in. All right. Polly, go ahead and give me a... Let's see how far we've gotten so far. Give me an Arcana check.
Why you gotta pick all the stuff that's +0?
Right?
I could start looking for you guys' negative stuff. Would that help?
Bring on the strength.
Unfortunately, Bryn, no silver shoes were found. It seems that probably any extra clothing supplies have been reallocated. Even high heels.
Yeah, I figured wasn't gonna find much, but if anything.
Well,
so.
you come back and you've got your pair of slightly not flat flats.
Yes, I do. Thank you, Rachel.
You could
You
kick
like-
some. You could kick a werewolf with them.
Improvised silver device.
I will keep that in mind.
Not my werewolves.
Polly, you do make a little bit more headway in your form work for some of your spells. Emmerich, is there anything that you like to do?
Yeah, do you remember that project I
Yeah.
brought up a long time ago about the masks?
The writing them
The wooden
down?
ones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to work on one of those.
Okay, because I remember you had drawn pictures of all of them.
No, I drew pictures of the statues.
Oh, so, okay, yeah, the masks. Gotcha. Okay, easy enough to do. Go ahead and give me a dex check. Alright. You reusing some of your statue wood in this way, you start to get to work on one of them, getting about halfway through the first one. Polly, you end up returning just before dinner time, as well as Bryn, Nori coming back at the same time. And as you guys go back inside, there's conversation happening upstairs, and you hear your mom, you hear Laverne, and you hear another voice, all talking upstairs.
I will run upstairs.
Okay, you run upstairs, and first Laverne is sort of blocking the doorway with her back to you.
I will push her out of the way. Not too gently, but not too forcefully either.
But she kind of just starts to push back and sees it's you, gives you an extra little shove, and then moves out of the way to let you through. You see Annabelle sitting at the chair next to the bed. Vernon is sitting up and is awake. And you see Ilinade standing at the edge of the bed. He's currently talking with Annabelle and Vernon when they both turn to look at you as you've kind of pushed your way in, and then Ilinade turns around and sees you and gives you a smile.
I'll just be staring at my dad, just kind of crying a little bit with a smile on my face.
Come over here, you big softy.
I'll run over and hug him.
Annabelle kind of reaches out and is patting you on the back. Everyone's letting you have your moment, and Vernon only really using one of his arms to kind of give you the full hug. He's just chuckling as you're there, and then
After a second, I'll kind of pull back and I'll wipe my face and look up at Ilinade. Did you do this?
It was a bit of a quid pro quo situation. Thought I could help, and your father was receptive.
Thank you.
He kind of gives you a nod and a smile. All right, Vernon. You be good. Counting on you. And Vernon kind of gives him a smile and a nod. And you've only seen your father do this a few times. And it's usually right before he goes into prayer. He closes his eyes, kind of brings his left hand over his heart, and then he puts his right hand over it, and then bows. And with that, Ilinade kind of just looks over at Annabelle, who's giving Ilinade a smile and kind of just like mouths thank you. And Ilinade kind of just steps back into the wall and just disappears into it. And Vernon stays like that for about a minute before he comes out of it.
He's gone. You don't actually have to do that. Anyway, well, I'm glad you're back because I guess we're leaving tomorrow morning. And I'm really glad that I got to see you before we left.
Well, glad to be back with the land of the waking. Man, I need a drink.
I mean, I have a cask with whiskey in it. I don't know if Bill's gotten into it or not, but I tried to keep it away from him.
I was gonna like poke him on the shoulder and go, show him the bottle.
You gave that to my mom. I don't have it.
And then he'll go running over to Annabelle. Show him the bottle.
I'm gonna wait till he eats something first, dear.
Eat something first, dear. And he looks at Vernon.
I will kind of smile and wipe my face again, and then grab my sister by the hand and take her downstairs into the kitchen so she can watch, because I know she can't cook.
About 2 minutes into you prepping, she goes, "Oh my god, this is so boring."
Go outside. There should be a small cask. Actually, it's in the other room underneath my backpack. See if there's anything in it. Use it, but don't fucking drink it all.
She goes running over and comes back. It's just full of water.
Give it here, and I'll try some of it.
It's water.
Fucking Hawkus.
Bill's gotten
And I'll
smarter.
yell, Hawkus!
Bill's gotten smarter.
How can Bill put water into a cask?
He just grabs the cask with his mouth and dunks it into his water trough.
Fuck!
And Hawkins would tell you that. He'd be like, I didn't know what he was doing at the time, but I saw him do it.
I've got to get a lock for that thing.
I want to know the intelligence score of this pony.
16.
More than us. More than all of us.
I rolled stats for Bill.
What is his intelligence?
16.
He's smarter than me?
He's smarter than all of us.
Party.
That's also why he can handle you, as far as weight-wise goes. Because he has a higher strength than a regular pony.
Well then, looks like we're out for now. Well, I guess make yourself useful and go get the rations that we're supposed to be making dinner with, since it doesn't look like we have a lot here left.
Fine.
It's not going to hurt you. Take one of the others with you if
Maybe
you can't go by
will.
yourself, since you're so weak.
Volunteers.
Yes, send the most frustrating person with my sister. That's going to be great.
I don't know
I
what
was
you're
gonna
talking
say-
about. I have so much fun with Rachel. Let's go, Bird.
Let's go, bird. And then just walks off.
You know, I heard
Does
if I
she have-
throw you hard enough, I can make you fly.
It's happened once or twice.
So it's true then.
Kinda.
Did it work?
No.
Want to try again?
Sure. After a little bit of contemplation.
Athletics check. Laverne getting that natural 20.
Should I roll an acrobatics for it
Yes.
to help her out?
So she launches you. And with a almost diver style spin and pirouette in midair, you then catch some good wind. Flying for about a good, well, let's see, let's roll a d10 how many feet you go.
Yeah, I'll do I'll spread my arms and legs out to slow my fall.
100 feet. So you get a running start up, you jump into her hands, and she just full on yeets you up into the air, sending you flying up at an angle 100 feet, and you do a little spin tuck, and then just and enjoy roughly 10 seconds of just pure fly before you, oh dear. But with that acrobatic story, you land without a problem.
I was gonna say I'll actually just poof right back to her with my cape.
Okay.
That was awesome.
That was pretty good, I have to admit. We'll try again later, maybe with more booze.
Agreed. And as they're walking, though, he sort of gestures at her newfangled earring and is like, "So, how do you feel?"
Fine. It itches a little bit.
Did he talk to you?
Yeah.
Is he okay?
Seems fine to me.
That's good to hear.
She kind of like flicks it, and it sounds like someone flicking a rock, but it doesn't really go anywhere, obviously, because it's embedded in her. Yeah, he just said he's hanging out, helping me out.
Is it what you wanted?
Well, it beats being dead.
Yeah, I guess.
No, I can confirm it beats being dead.
That's fair. I'm not allowed to die.
You wouldn't want to. It sucks.
I can't relate.
It's okay, bud. Just keep on kicking.
I hope he helps.
So far, so good. You've given me some cool shit.
Ooh, what did he give you?
She kind of like looks around real quick. Points her finger over to the side into a little mound of just rubble, dirt, and stone that's piled up on the side, and a green blast shoots out and impacts it and blows it apart. Pretty cool, huh?
Nice.
I know, right?
Mine was purple.
That's cool.
Boom shakalaka. Don't say it.
But now
Immediately.
But now I really want to say it. You can't do this to me, man.
He'll like pull out his sword and then like point it into the sky and go boom shakalaka and then make the noise of a giant laser firing off out of his sword.
You can't tell me this and then tell me I can't say it.
Not in town.
But she looks at you. Make an insight check.
You're giving this woman dangerous knowledge.
You don't see it, but in her eyes there's this mischievous glint that all of a sudden comes over, and she just bolts away from you before you have time to realize it. She gets about 60 feet away, points. She pulls out her great axe, points it up into the sky, and says, "Boom shakalaka!" But nothing happens.
He's like, oh. I'd say I was about to shit myself, but I was already there.
Well, nothing happened.
It worked for me.
And she's still a decent ways away from you. She kind of like puts her great axe away and just goes, "That's so stupid!" And then all of a sudden, around her, there's a circle of these like spectral blades that kind of just sweep out around her really quickly before disappearing. And she just kind of go get the food.
Agreed.
And as you guys are walking, she's just like constantly like pointing her hand off to the side, going boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka. Like slaps her hand a little bit, boom shakalaka.
She gets back and it's like, that's actually a defensive thing. It's not gonna work on command. Sorry.
It worked for Rachad like twice. That was about it though.
And you never figured out
Maybe
exactly what that was.
Maybe there has to be a librarian nearby.
But
Oh yeah, I guess that would have been the third reason. The third time I did it. I was talking about when I killed the specter in the town and got his band, and then the detonation in the middle of the field down into the ground.
Every single time Nori was panicking.
to be fair, Nori panicking most of the time.
Yeah, every time. Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so eventually they go get the food, and you guys return back. After a quick conversation, Polly, you end up finding out that your father is no longer a forge cleric.
Okay. You mean after I take him food? What is he?
Oh, he's still a cleric. He just swapped, and he's now a cleric of Illinois.
I hate to ask, but why didn't I get that choice?
Because
Never mind, I don't want to know.
well, because your domain already sort of fell in line with his options.
He's still the best damn blacksmith in Solburn, so there.
Damn Skippy. But yeah, so some of the externalities of some of the religious affects of what you've known your father to have or hold throughout the time is some he removes and others start to change just a little bit. So instead of like iconography of iron, hammers, and anvils, though he still keeps all that knowledge and everything, it turns into well, the main thing.
Snowflowers?
Well, yeah, like his symbols and such turn into snowflowers. But the main thing that really kind of gets you like, whoa, like really kind of shows you is at one point. Where is it? There it is. Going into his room, him and Annabelle are talking, but they're both looking across the room, up against the wall of the door that you just come through, and you have the food with you. You're like, what are you guys looking at? You turn over and you see another, a duplicate of your father, currently standing there with one leg over, leaning up against the wall.
That's new.
Something your God gave me.
Well, he's yours now.
True. I don't mind it.
It's a lot to deal with, trust me.
So look at that handsome face whenever I feel like it. It's a blessing for everyone.
Yeah. Mom's gonna love that.
He just turns and both him and the duplicate wink.
Yep. 2 dirty dads coming home from work. Can't wait for that one.
So he is now a trickster cleric.
Well, eat up. You need it. If there's anything you need, I'm gonna be downstairs.
All right. Okay, so last chance. Anything else for the rest of the day?
I mean, if Nori would quickly thank Vernon for saving her life.
I'd say nothing of it. You helped him. He was just trying to help you. It's not your fault that you were about to get decapitated.
Yeah, but I'm so grateful that you were there.
Always there when people need me, especially my son.
He's very lucky to have you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that, you guys eat, enjoy each other's company. Annabelle does break out the sherry, and you guys all have a couple glasses, as there's not a whole lot left in here. But enough for everyone to sort of loosen up a little bit. Enough for some laughter to be had, and probably the first laughter, really, of this city since everything went down. So it's a good symbol of reconstruction and moving forward. But you guys get your long rest, swap spells, do what you may need to. Now is the time. For this next day, as you wake, the sun starts to peek through. The rain stops. And almost as a natural gesture of the next stage of things, this is a nature's cue for you guys to start out on your journey.
Nature is wise.
Damn, nature, you scary. So, in the morning, breakfast is gathered at the triage center and passed out among everyone. The preliminary goodbyes are had by the Schlemazzles to not only Polly, but the rest of you as well. Fair wishes are given. And is there anything else you guys would like to do before heading out?
Nothing on Amric's end.
Just a Kaporan goodbye and off we go.
Okay. So, heading out the northern exit of the city. Nori, you're summoning horses. Okay, horses
But
gets
doing that outside the town so
yeah.
the weird magic stuff doesn't happen.
Easy enough to do. Oh. What's all these?
There's the list!
That's new.
There's the conjure animals.
Yep.
I want mine to be a seahorse just because I get to ride Nori.
The seahorse rides on your shoulder.
Hops around.
And I just create all the horses and just have one of them. I can't use this anything for you, so it just can be a seahorse that can sit on Racha's shoulder. That's all it does. It's not helpful, it just does that.
Oh, it helps for child.
It helps Racha, it's an emotional support seahorse.
Is it a normal? Oh, it's a giant seahorse too.
No, that's a challenge rating too. Seahorse is just a 0.
It's so funny that a seahorse is 0. I feel like it would be like a negative half.
Right? It's equivalent to a deer and an eagle.
And a bat and a cat, like a jackal.
It's like this big.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, a bird just flies by and takes it off my shoulder. It's like,
Oh, to Yeah, it's the same as an octopus. It's so weird. Okay.
Now you get a peek at how many stats I have on my thing.
Yeah.
It's better than a kipper.
Well, kippers
Yeah,
are
no
delicious.
kippers.
So, regardless, you guys summonings are created, the wild shape has happened, and you guys start to travel. Who would like to roll for travel?
I believe since we're going to Bryn's home, Bryn should be the one with the honor.
Oh, sure, I'll do the first one. Fuck us over real quick.
D10.
What do I roll? Thank you.
Now, on your journey northward, you're going to be passing 2 towns. One 4 days north of Solbrun, and the next one is on the border of the ice sheet. So this one is going to be... This roll is for the 4 days of travel before you hit that next town. Okay.
Is that a good okay? Is that a bad okay? Is that a fun for Val okay?
I'll never tell.
2 of those are the exact same thing.
Not wrong? Alright. Okay, just make sure. Rin. Where? Okay, here we go.
The amount of time he's spending looking at something is making me worry.
Man, where did that ancient white dragon come from?
I think I just put the
No, I
wrong
think you
name
meant the
to
Taras.
Not at the ice sheet yet. We're still in the grasslands.
Well, I can move outside of the fiery background.
I was just adding a new one, and it changes every time you add a new one. So.
We might actually be getting close to tundra.
Yeah, you guys are already moved into snowy tundra, and especially with it being closer to the actual winter season. You guys are... This portion of District 2 is blanketed in snow. Okay. Bryn, go ahead and roll for me a d20. Oh, tie. Okay, go ahead and roll another d20. A tie again. I can roll another d20. All right. So, you guys are all traveling. Go ahead and let's make me move you into...
We haven't done this in so long.
Their beautiful faces.
Go ahead and give me order.
Top is the front.
Yeah.
I can't move
I'm
myself.
fixing everybody right now.
Capricorn has decided to use Amric as a windshield.
Alright, everyone should be able to move themselves. So go ahead and put yourselves in order with the top of the screen being the front. While you guys do that, I'm going to get my drink.
My first potential combat with exactly 100 HP.
I'm just trying to think who would be in the front.
Even your fault.
Yeah.
I want to be in the back.
I'd probably actually be in the front.
The roads are large enough to accompany three by three, like 3 across.
You know that's not how we roll. We do one straight line, like every.
All right, lightning, got it.
No.
Better for spell effects, of course.
Lightning bolt. To be fair, it's better for AoE stuff, but line stuff, you're fucked.
I don't think we'd be going 3 by 3 then. It'd just probably be like 2 down the line.
2, 2, 2. So. Okay. That's how we want to be.
I guess so.
Alright.
Nori would be in front.
Sorry, I did say that I'm using Amric as a windshield.
Okay.
Even though you're taller than me.
He's hugging his horse.
We're on horseback. I'm like racing horse style, and you're just blocking all the wind coming from in front.
Okie dokie.
And there's Bill on the bottom.
What a good boy.
Bryn, Nori. I need you each to roll 2 dex saves, but one's for your horses. So roll a d20 and then roll a dex save. Bryn, your horse fails. And then you fail.
I'm an indomitable it.
All the horses disappear after Nori gets hurt.
I get a... Oh wait, I didn't mean to...
Well,
Why
you,
did I roll a con save?
well, you needed 2 anyway, because...
Oh, wait. I rolled a con save instead of a dex, but my dex and con is the same. And then the second one was for the horse. I still get a con save for my spell.
And then... how
And my
many...
new roll was an 11.
Okay. How many hit points do horses have?
$13.
Okay.
Question, is this a spell? For mechanics purposes.
Technically, yes.
Then I would have advantage on it.
Technically, no.
Okay. Continue.
Because as you guys are traveling forward, a wall of ice sprouts up in front of you and your momentum moving forward. So it's less of the spell doing the damage and more of you guys moving, not being able to stop. You see what I'm saying? So you're not trying to save against the spell itself, but more of the collision. And people behind you are far enough behind you that they don't need to make the saves. Oh, shit. Suicidal D6s. All right, here we
We
go.
are dead.
Had to ask.
Yep.
Player killers don't want to kill players today.
Dude, they have 13 HP.
Yeah. All the damage that carries over hits you guys. Okay, so 41 minus 13. 28. So, 2 horses gone. That means that your con save wasn't enough because you needed a 14 or higher. So all the horses are gone.
And then we both take 28 damage.
28 points of damage, yes. And it is cold damage. Right? Yeah, cold damage. Alright, everyone, let's roll initiative.
I have absorbed elements stocked. That's a reaction. Can I do that to have it again?
Yeah. But that means also you're burning your
Can we do the initiative and then call it here for the night? Because
Yeah,
it's
we're
1
going
a.m. All right, just making sure.
Emmerich is going to use ambush to speed up his initiative just a bit.
Okay.
I rolled like shit.
I'll roll initiative for my guy when we come back for next session, but the initiative will at least be in the chat. So when we come back, we will be right on it. But what you see is this wall of ice gets created, and after the two at the front collide into this wall of ice, you see this creature start walking around the side. Bug-like, with sort of some sort of hybrid between what looks to be like a praying mantis and like a cockroach. Interesting creature standing on 2 legs, and its 2 other legs are holding what looks to be a large double-ended pike. It's got antennae, 2 very large bug eyes, and a mandible that comes down into 2 large jaws. A long, scaled, armored tail behind him. And at first you thought it might have been some sort of cloak, but it actually just looks to be more armored scaling. Just looks in the form of fabric. And it is completely like a very dark, deep blue with white speckling through it. And it kind of just shoves the pike into the snow on the outside of this wall of ice. And we'll hold off on if anyone understands what it says as it speaks. But we'll come back to that next session, guys.
Alright, fighting a very upsetting bug.
Is it also next session Monday or no?
Yes, it'll be next session Monday, because this one is our last session of the month, so take a little bit of a break.
Ooh, just
Sorry,
wanted
guys,
to make
it's
sure.
my fault. I had to step away to murder a bug earlier, and they're back for revenge.
Damn it.
Alrighty, guys. So, any questions? All right.
Why the horrible bug?
Because of the 10. So, if you have any questions, feel free to message me and I'll get back to you.
What was the second roll for? The one that we tied twice on.
To see if it got to surprise round you or not.
I'm assuming it did.
Yeah. So, if you have any questions, feel free to message me and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If I don't talk to you all before then, though I'm sure I will, you all have a great week, and we will be back on Monday.
Night, everybody.
Night, everyone.
Alright, night, y'all.
Right.
And Thank you all for those who stayed with us. Have a great week. Stay safe. We'll be back Monday.